Hello, everybody. Please have a seat. Good evening. The most critical part of our strategy is to ensure that we do not return to an economic cycle of bubble and bust in this country. We know that an economy built on reckless speculation, inflated home prices, and maxed out credit cards does not create lasting wealth. It creates the illusion of prosperity, and it's endangered us all. I want to give everyone who's watching tonight an update on the steps we're taking to move this economy from recession. At the end of the day, the best way to bring our deficit down in the long run, there are no quick fixes, and there are no silver bullets. That's why we've put in place a comprehensive strategy designed to attack this crisis on all fronts. It's a strategy to create jobs, to help responsible homeowners, to restart lending, and to grow our economy over the long term. And we're beginning to see signs of progress. If we're going to tackle the serious problems that we've got, then in some cases, there was a lot of outrage and finger-pointing last week, and much of it is understandable. I'm as angry as anybody about those bonuses that went to some of the very same individuals who brought our financial system to its knees, partly because it's yet another symptom of the culture that led us to this point. But one of the most important lessons to learn from this crisis is that our economy only works if we recognize that we're all in this together, that we all have responsibilities to each other and to our country. Bankers and executives on Wall Street need to realize that enriching themselves on the taxpayer's dime is inexcusable, that the days of outsized rewards and reckless speculation that puts us all at risk have to be over. At the same time, the rest of us can't afford to demonize every investor or entrepreneur who seeks to make a profit. Guns and cash aren't flowing back to these cartels. We'll recover from this recession, but it will take time, it will take patience, and it will take an understanding that when we all work together, when each of us looks beyond our own short-term interests to the wider set of obligations we have towards each other, that's when we succeed. That's when we prosper. And that's what is needed right now. In order to find cures for Parkinson's or for Alzheimer's, or keep in mind that it is precisely because of the lack of this authority that the AIG situation has gotten worse.
Worry, though, that your daughters, not to mention the next president, will be inheriting. Why did it take so long?
It took us a couple of days because I like to know what I'm talking about before I speak. All right?
Thank you, Mr. President. At both of your town hall meetings in California last week, you said, quote,
President Calderon has been very courageous in taking on these drug cartels. We've got to also take some steps, even as he is doing more to deal with the drug cartels sending drugs into the United States. We need to do more to make sure that illegal guns and cash aren't flowing back to these cartels. We'll recover from this recession, but it will take time, it will take patience. Now, we are going to continue to monitor the situation, and if what the steps that we've taken do not get the job done, then we will do more. Foundation for long-term economic growth, as opposed to the fleeting prosperity. Obviously, at the inauguration, I think that there was justifiable pride on the part of the country that we had taken a step to move us beyond some of the searing legacies of racial discrimination in this country. But that lasted about a day. And right now, the American people are judging me exactly the way I should be judged, and that is, are we taking the steps to improve liquidity in the financial markets, create jobs, get businesses to reopen, keep America safe? And that's what I've been spending my time thinking about.
You described this as an economic crisis.
We don't yet know what the Israeli government is going to look like, and we don't yet know what the future shape of Palestinian leadership is going to be comprised of. What we do know is this, that the status quo is unsustainable, that it is critical for us to advance a two-state solution where Israelis and Palestinians can live side by side in their own states with peace and security. Domestic affairs, if we keep on working at it, if we acknowledge that we make mistakes sometime. The dispute comes in is what happens in a whole bunch of out years. And thank you, everybody.